Welcome to this video. This is O-Level Math Syllabus D, Paper 1, November 2018. Okay, so question number 1, we have part A, evaluate the fractions 1 over 8 plus 2 over 5. So the first thing we need to do is to find a common denominator. So this is equal to, so to find this we do 8 times 5, which is these two numbers, and then we cross multiply. So 1 times 5 plus 2 times 8. This will give you 5 plus 16 over 40, which is 21 over 40. So answer part A is 21 over 40 as a fraction. So now part B, we have 0.04 times 0.11. So the first thing I'll do is I ignore the decimal place. I just do 4 times 11. It will be 44. So I count here we have 2 decimal place and here we have 2 decimal place. So we add up the decimal place. We have 2 plus 2. That will be 4 decimal place. So we count 1, 2, 3, 4 decimal place. So your answer is 0.0044. So another method you can do this is you can first convert each number into a fraction. So what is 0.04? It will be 4 over 100 times, that will be 11 over 100. So 4 times 11 will be 44, divide by, that will be 4 zeros, so which is 10,000. This will give you 0.0044, same answer as this method. Okay, now we have question number 2, part A. So we are given this information. 200 grams of a spice costs 85 cents. 85 cents is $0.85. Okay, so that is the first information. 200 gram is equal to $0.85. Now find the cost in dollars. 1 kilogram of the spice. So 1 kilogram is equal to 1,000 gram. So we know the cost for 200 grams. So what is the cost for 1,000 grams? So 1,000 is equal to 0.85 divided by 200 times 1,000. So 0.0000 divided by 215. So the answer will be 0.85 times 5. So 5 times 5 is 25. So we have 8 times 5 is 40, plus 2 is 42. And 2 decimal place, so 2 decimal place. The cost will be $4.25. Okay, so now moving on to part B. You are given that 60 ratio x is 3 over 3 to 2. Find the value of x. So we can re-express this in terms of fraction. So 60 over x is equal to, so 6 was 3 over 2. Find the value of x. So this will give you, so we first cross multiply, we will have 3x equal to 120. So x will be 120 divided by 3, which is 40. So answer x will be 40. Okay. Now moving on to question number 3. So we have y is inversely proportional to x. So this information is y is inversely proportional to x, which means give us this equation, y is equal to k divided by x. Given that y is equal to 30 and when x equal to 1 over 3. So we have to replace those two values in the equation to find the value of k. So let's do that. When that y equal to 30, when x equal to 1 over 3, so we just cross multiply, find the value of k. K will be 30 times 1 over 3, which is 10. So value of k is 10. Okay. So now we have to find y when x equal to 5. So the equation now is y equal to 10 over k. We have to find y when x equal to 5. So 10 divided by 5 is 2. So the value of y is 2. Question number 4. Arrange these fractions in order, starting with the smallest. Show your working. So we have 5 numbers, 5 fractions. We have to rearrange them, beginning from the smallest. So the first thing we can do is we realize that we see the base are all different. So we can first convert the base to a same number. So we can choose a number that they are multiple of. So I will choose 100. So to make 5 100, I have to multiply by 20. So 20, 20. So 4 times 20 will be 80. To convert 10 to 100, I have to multiply by 10. So it will be 190. Here it will be 5. So 20 times 5 is 100. 17 times 5. So 17 times 5, that will be 3 times 5 is 5. That will be 85. So 85 over 100. So for here, I will need to multiply by 4. So 25 times 4, that will be 100. So that will be 84 over 100. And for the last one, I have to times 2. That will be 82 over 100. So now we can compare the numbers on top because the bottom is all 100. They are all equal. So which one is the smallest? So 80 is the smallest. So the first one begin with 4 over 5. Second one is 82. That will be 41 over 50. Third one is 84. That will be 21 over 25. Okay. And the next one will be 85, which is 17 over 20. And the last one, which is 9 over 10. So number 4 was pretty easy. Just remember that you have to convert the base into the same so you can compare the top with each other. Okay. So now moving on to question part 5. Number 8. Simplify 4c minus 3 times 2c minus 5. So the first thing we can do is we'll bring this 3 inside. So 4c minus 2 times 3 will be 6c minus 3 times 5 will be 15. This will be equal to 4c minus 6c plus 15. So that will be 15 minus 2c for the answer of this one. And moving on to the next question, part B, we have factorized 8 minus 10y plus 12x minus 15xy. So you can see you have x here, also x here. So let's separate those two terms. Let's write the first two and the second two separately. So for the first two, we have 8 minus 10y plus 12x minus 15xy. Okay. So for the first two term, what is equal? So they are both even numbers. So 2 is equal. I take out 2. So 4 minus 5y remains inside plus what is equal here? I can see x is equal and then 3 is equal. So we have 4 minus 5y. So now they are both, these two are equal. We'll take them out. We have 4 minus 5y and then remains is 2 plus 3x. That is your answer for this factorization. Okay, so now moving on to question number 6. What do we have? We have a function f of x is equal to 2x plus 5 over 3x. That's the function. Find f of x equal minus 2. So we just have to replace the value of x by minus 2. So f of minus 2 will be 2 times minus 2 plus 5 divided by 3 times minus 2. So 2 times minus 2 is minus 4 plus 5 divided by 3 times minus 2 is minus 6. So minus 4 plus 5 is 1 over minus 6. It will be minus 1 over 6 for the answer of part A. So now moving on to part B, we have to find the inverse function of f of x. So the first step is let y equal to 2x plus 5 divided by 3x, which is the function. And then we have to make x the subject of formula. So make x subject of formula, right? So the first step is to cross multiply. So 3xy equal to 2x plus 5. So x equal to 2x plus 5 divided by 3y. No, I made a mistake because we have x here, so it's not good. We have to send x on one side. So we will have 3xy plus 2x equal to 5. So now we have to group the x together. We will have x 3y plus 2 equal to 5. X will be 5 divided by 3y plus 2. Thus, the inverse function will be 5 divided by 3x plus 2. We just have to replace the value of y by x because it is in terms of x. So the answer will be 5 divided by 3x plus 2 for the inverse function of f of x. And for question number 7, we have a group of 35 people, 35. 22 are wearing spectacles, let's call them S. 10 are wearing hats, call them H. And 6 are wearing both, right? So S intersection H, both. So by drawing a Venn diagram or otherwise, find the number of people who are wearing neither spectacles nor hat. So let's draw a Venn diagram. So that's the universal set. We have 35 people in this big set, and we have two. So this one will be S, and this one will be H representing hats, and this one will be S representing spectacles. So we have 6 of them wearing both hats and spectacles. 10 are wearing hat. So how many are wearing only hat? So 10 minus 6 will be 4. And 22 are wearing spectacles. How many are wearing only spectacles? So 22 minus 6, that will be 16. And then we have X, which is the number of people who are wearing neither hat nor spectacles. So we have to use this information to find the value of X. So we know that if we add everything up, plus X will be equal to 35 because we have 35 people in total. So what is the value of X? So that will be 26 plus X equal to 35. X will be 35 minus 26. That will be 9. So value of people who are wearing neither hat nor spectacles will be 9. Okay, moving on to question number 8. So part A, the diagram shows part of a figure that has rotational symmetry of order 4, right? So when you see order 4, the first thing you will need to do is take 4 and then you have 360 because it is a rotational symmetry. Divide by 4, we have 90. Which means we have to rotate the shape on the diagram by 90 degrees every time. So let's first draw axis. So we know how to rotate the shape on the diagram. Okay, so that's 90 degrees, 90, 90, 90. Which means that the first rotation, we have to rotate this way. It will become like this, which I will draw. So you'll have to use a ruler and measurements, but I will just do it approximately. And then you have to do the same thing, 90 degrees. It will come this way. The flag is always facing, you see, you face up, has to face up, it has to face up. So this one's the same as well. It will have to turn 90 degrees and face up. So same thing for the last part. Photograph. So let's draw the last 1.7 and so that's it. So that's the rotational symmetry, order 4, about the point O. So you will just have to draw the length more accurately using a ruler and compass to have this more precise. But you get the idea. You have to rotate by 90 degrees every single time to form a rotational symmetry of order 4. Okay. So now part B, in the diagram, we have 6 small squares are shaded. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 are shaded. Shade one more squares to give a diagram exactly one line of symmetry. So we do see this one as a circle. No, it's a square. So square have 1 line, 2 line, 3 line, 4 line of symmetry. So if we draw the line here, we see that we have to draw more than 2 squares to have 1 line of symmetry. But if we draw the line on this side, we do see that we have to draw only one square to form the line of symmetry. So here becomes that, so they are symmetric. So this become that, and this have to become this. So that's the square that I shade to form this one line of symmetry. Okay, that was pretty easy. So now moving on to question number 9. So question number 9, we have standard form. So we have P equal to 8 times 10 power minus 6. Q is equal to 2 times 10 power 11. So those are the two numbers that we have. Part A, find P times Q. So P is 8 times 10 to the power of minus 6 times 2 times 10 to the power of 11. So we first have to multiply the two numbers. So 8 times 2 will be 16 times. So we have 10 power 6 minus 6 times 10 power 11. So since it is a multiply, we have to add them. So 10 power minus 6 add 11, that will be 16 times 10. So minus 6 plus 11, that will be 5. And now your answer needs to be in standard form. That will be 1.6 times 10 to the power of 6. Now let's focus on question number part B. So we have P divided by Q. P is 8 times 10 minus 6 divided by 2 times 10 power 11. So divide by 2, we have 1, 4. And then we have 4 times 10 power of minus 6. Since it is divide now, so before it was multiply, so we had to add them. Now it is divide, we have to minus. So minus 6 minus 11 will give you 4 times 10 minus 17. And this one is already in standard form, so your answer is 4 times 10 power of minus 17. Question number part C, we have cube root of, this is P. So P is 8 times 10 minus 6. Cube root is also equal to power of 1/3. So 8 is what? 8 is 2 cubed. So we replace that in the main question. So we have 2 power 3 times 10 power of minus 6, 1/3. So now we have to bring this in. It will become 2 power 3 times 1/3 times 10 minus 6 times 1/3, which will give you, this will become 2 times 10 power of minus 2. This is your answer for part C. So now for question number 10, by writing each number correct to two significant figures, estimate the value of this fraction. So here we have 1, 2, 3 numbers. The first number is 1,212.3. Second number is 299.35. And third number is square root of 24.75. But for now, we will just forget about the square root and write what's inside, which is 2473. So we have to rewrite them down as a number correct to two significant figures. So how to do this? So the first step, you first leave the two numbers alone and ask yourself, is this third number greater or equal to 5? So the answer is no. If it is no, then we convert everything else after the two numbers to 0. So this one will become 1, 2, 0, 0. So same step, leave the first two alone. Ask yourself if the third number is bigger or equal to 5. The answer is yes. So we have to add 1 to the first two numbers. So 29 plus 1 will be 30, and the rest will become 0. And the same thing here as well. We have 24.73. So first two numbers, leave them alone and ask the third number, is it bigger or equal to 5? the answer is yes, so we have to add 1 to the first two numbers. So 24 plus 1 will be 25, and everything else will be 0. So now we replace those three values in the fraction that we have above. So it will be 1200 divided by 300 times square root of 25. So cut, we got 1, we got 4. So 4 divided by 5, which will give you 0.8, or you can just leave your answer as 4 over 5. Okay. Question number 11. So this is a sequence question. So here are the first 5 terms of a sequence. That's the first term, second term, third term, fourth, fifth term. Write down the next 2 terms. So you can see that for the first term it is 4, second term it is 8, third it is 12. So what's happening here? So term 1, term 2, term 3, term 4, term 5. So you can see we're just multiplying 1 by 4 to obtain 4, 2 by 4, 8, 3 by 4, 12, 4 by 4, 16, 5 by 4, 20. So the sixth term will be what? Will be 6 times 4 will be 24, and the seventh term will be 7 by 4 will be 28. How about the number on top? So we have 3, which is 4 minus 1, 3, 7, 8 minus 1 is 7, 12, so 11, 12 minus 1, 11. So same thing here. The number on top will be 24, which is 24 minus 1 will be 23. On top will be 27. So the next 2 terms will be 23 over 24, 27 over 28. That's the answer for part A. Now part B. We are given that the kth term is this. Find the value of k. So the first term we had 4 below. Second term we have 8. So we can see it is a multiple of 4s we have at the bottom of the sequence. So which means that to find the kth term I have to divide this by 4. It will give me 300. So the kth term, which is the value of k, is 300. Now part C, find an expression in terms of n for the nth term. So as we saw here, the bottom term is, so we times 4, so if it was n, we have to times 4n, and the top term is what? Is 4n minus 1, so 4n minus 1. So part C, the nth term is 4n minus 1 divided by 4n. That's your answer for part C. Okay, number 12. Each interior angle of a regular polygon is 175. Okay, find the number of sides of the polygon. So let n equal to number of sides of polygon. We know that the sum of all the angles, we have a formula for that. So the sum of all interior angles is equal to n minus 2 times 180. So now we know the size of one angle. So size of one angle is, so one angle is equal to 175. And number of sides is equal to n for now. So how do you find the size of one angle? So the sum of all angle is this. The size of one angle will be sum divided by n. So n minus 2 times 180 divided by n equal to 175. So now we have to solve the equation for n. So cross multiply, we will have 180n minus 360 equal to 175n. So we send this over here, send this on this side. We will have 5n equal to 360. So n will be 360 divided by 5. That will be 712. So number of sides for this polygon is 72. Question number 13. So this one is, the scale diagram shows 2 islands A and B. So we have A and B. Those are 2 islands. So with a scale of 2 centimeter representing 1 kilometer. So part A, write the scale of 2 centimeter to 1 kilometer in the form of 1 to n. Okay, so we first have to change the unit so it matches. So 1 kilometer equal to 1000 meter, right? So we know 1 meter is equal to 100 centimeter. So thus 1000 meter is equal to, we have to times 100. So this much centimeter, right? So now we have to compare. So 2 centimeter is 100,000 centimeter. So centimeter gone. Divide by 2, we have 1. Divide by 2, we have 50,000. So your answer for part A is 1 to 50,000. Great. So now part B, by measurement, find the bearing of B from A. So when it says by measurement, you have to use this tool to measure the angle, the bearing of B from A. So we have to calculate this angle. So what we can do as well, we can measure the angle inside, let's call it X, and then do 360 minus X to find this big angle. So let's measure the angle inside. So use our tool. So the angle inside will be, that will be at 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. It will be 71, 72, around 73. So let's give it X equal to 73. So answer will be 360 minus 73, which will give you 7, 2, that will be 10 minus 7 is 3, 3 plus 5 is 8. So 287 for the angle, for the bearing of B from A. Okay, and for the last part, we have an island at C on the northern side of AB. So AB is here, so C will be on this side, northern side of AB. Okay, so we have these two information. It is 3 km from A. That's the real distance. It is from 2 km from B. So we have to find, we have to use this scale to find the distance, the point C. So our scale is 2 centimeter represent 1 km, right? So let's do one point by one point. It is 3 km from A. So 3 km is what? 3 km. So how many centimeters will be on the graph? So for 1 to become 3, we have to multiply by 3. So 2 multiplied by 3 is 6. So point C from A will be 6 centimeters on the drawing. So now let's do point B. So for point B, it is 2.5. So 2.5 kilometers. So how many centimeters that will be? So how can we change 1 km to 2.5 km? We multiply by 2.5. So same thing here, 2 multiplied by 2.5 will be 5 centimeters. Okay, so we have the position of C from A and B. So let's do it here. So we have to use our compass in this question to find the positions of C. Okay, so we have to use a ruler, measure out the distance. So the distance from A, it is 6 centimeter. It will be about this distance. So we go to point A and draw an arc on this side. And the next step is to a scale of 5 centimeter from B. So go to point B and intersect the line, the first arc. So here, the point of intersection will be the point C. So we will have to join them to form the triangle ABC as required. So that's your answer for part C. Question number 14. The diagram shows a triangular prism, so it's a prism. The measurements are in centimeters. So we first count the number of sides of this prism. We have 1 on top, 2, 3, 4, 5 sides. So we have 5 sides on this prism. So we have to draw 5 sides on the graph provided. It says on the grid below, complete the accurate drawing of the net of the prism. Okay, so we first have to know what is given to us. Let's count the side. This is 1, 2, 3, 4. This is 1, 2, 3, 4. This is 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. This is 4. This is 4 as well. This is 4. And this is 4. Right. So let's find this side in the main diagram. So we have a length of 4 and a width of 3. So what is this side? This side will be, as you can see, the length of 4 and the width of 3. So it will be the back side. The back side is given to us 3, length of 4. Right. And then this is a triangle on this side, on the left side. So it's the same triangle will be on the right side as well. So we can draw the same triangle on the right side. So 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so now we have 4 drawings, 4 sides. So we need one more side. So what is missing from this side? So you can see we have length 4 and 3. So we're missing the length 5. So the 5 is of length 5, and what is the width is 5, the length is 4. So we have a length is 4, so we have a width, we need to have a width of 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that was the last piece of this net to draw this prism on the graph. So just to double check, we need 5 sides. So here we have 5 shapes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. So this is 5, and this is 4, this is 5. Right. And the last question is, part B, find the TSA of the prism. So we just have to find the area of the shapes on the graph. So here we have 2 triangles, the same triangle. We have 1 rectangle, 2 rectangle, and 1 square. So let's find the area of the 2 triangles. Triangle is half times base, which is 3, times height, which is 4, and times 2, because we have 2 triangles. Plus, the area of this square is 4 times 4, plus area of this rectangle, which is 3 times 4, plus area of this rectangle, which is 4 times 5. So your answer will be, we have to simplify the equation. So we have 3 times 4 is 12, plus 16 plus 12 plus 20. So let's do the math. So 12 plus 12 is 24. 24 plus 16 is 40. 40 plus 20 will be 60. So your answer to part B will be 60 centimeter square. Okay, moving on to question number 15. So 15 is graphs. So each week, Henry records the number of units of gas used in his house and the mean temperature outside. Okay. So we have 10 of his results are shown in the table below. Question number 1. On the grid, complete the scatter diagram. The first 5 results have been plotted for you. So we have the first 5 results. We need to draw the last 5. So this is temperature at the bottom and units on the side. So we have to draw this one. So it'll be 4.4 to 600. So 4.4 is well. This is 4.2. 4.4 is here. Now I have to use your ruler to find the point 600. That will be here. That's the point of this one. Done. Next one is 5.6, 500. So 5.6 will be 5.2, 5.3. Sorry, 5.2, 5.4, 5.6 will be here. So same steps, we have to find the other point, which is 500 will be here. Next one is 6.8, so will be here. 560. It will be about, so 1 square is what? It's 520, 530, 540, 560 will be here. Will be on this point. Okay, that's done. The next point is 9, 410. So 9 is here. 410. It will be in between, halfway. And last one is 10.6, 320. 10.6 is 0.2, 0.4, 0.6 will be here, and 320 will be this point, so that will be 20, it's here. Okay, so that's part A done. Now part B. What type of correlation does your scatter diagram shows? So you can see as the temperature increases, the value goes down, so it's a negative correlation. If the value was going up, it will be positive, but the value goes down, it will be a negative correlation. Now part C, draw a line of best fit on the grid. So you have to draw a line of best fit. You can just draw the line about here. Yeah, a line of best fit. And part D, use your line of best fit to estimate the number of units used for 1 week when the mean outside is 7.6. So 7.6 is well. It's 7.2, 0.4, 0.6. We have to join. We have to intersect the graph to find the answer. So it will be 400. For me, I got 400, but you could get something less or more, around 400. It will be fine as well. So my answer for this one will be 400. Okay, moving on to question number 16. So find the possible values of x, given that x is an integer and x is, so we have 2x minus 3 is between 15 and 22. This is pretty easy. So let's rewrite down as, so how do I get rid of 3? We plus 3, it will remove this one. So we have to plus 3 everywhere. So 15 plus 3 will be 18. Divide by 2x, not divide, but less than 2x, less than 25. How do you get rid of 2? Divide by 2 everywhere. So we get 9x 25 over 2. Okay, so 25 over 2 is basically 12.5. So the question is, we're looking at the possible values of x, which is an integer. So x is between 9 and 12.5. So let's draw a timeline, a line. We have 9, 10, 11, 12, and 12.5. So x cannot be 9 because it is not inclusive of 9. And x cannot be 12.5 because it is not inclusive, no an integer. So the values that it can be will be these three, which is 10, 11, and 12. Okay, question number 17. This one is a pretty easy question. So bag A contains 3 black and 2 white beads. So 1, 2, 3 black, 2 white beads. Bag B contains 2 black, 1, 2, and 4 white beads. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So a bead is chosen at random from bag A and placed into bag B. So we take one bead from A and put it into bag B. And then we have a bead is then chosen from bag B, and then we take it out from B. So let's say the first draw, it can be a black bead or a white bead, right? So now part A, complete the diagram, tree diagram. So black, white. So if you choose black the first time, we have a chance of 3 over 5. So 3 over 5, which is good. So 3 black over 5 total. So 3 over 5. And now if we put the black ball in this bag, we will have six ball in total. Sorry, 7, because we have 6 already plus 1 black. That will be 7 balls in total, beads in total. So the chances of choosing a black beads from the bag B will be 3 over 7. That's why we have 3 over 7 here. But what is the chances of choosing a white? It will be 4 over 7. Okay, so same thing here. We have to draw the lines. That will be black and white. So if we have chosen a white bead from bag A and put the bead into bag B, we will have 5 white and 2 black. So the chances of choosing a black will be 2 over 7 and 5 over 7 for white. Right. Okay, so now moving on to part B. Find the chance that a black bead is taken from bag B. So there's 2 ways we can take a black bead from bag B. So the first option is we can take a black from bag A and a black from bag B, or you can take a white from bag A and take a black from bag B. So 2 options. So let's find the chances of those options. So the first part is black and black, which will be 3 over 5 and 3 over 7, or will be plus white will be 2 over 5 and will be multiply, black will be 2 over 7. So let's simplify. We will have 3 times 3 is 9 over 35 plus 2 times 2 is 4 over 35. We will have 13 over 35 as your answer for part B.